In this video, the psychologist Dr. Guy Gwich explains what emotional illnesses are and the harm that they do to people by not doing something about them. They says that in the same way too, there are doctors for physical illnesses. There are doctors for physical illnesses, emotional illnesses. Tells the story of what happened to him when he was young because he was a twin brother with him who did everything together. He tells that he went to another country to do a doctorate and was alone in a new city without friends and nobody knew. When the birthday date arrived, because it was the first time that they spent that special date for them apart. He commented that he was waiting all day for the call, but it never came, and he was desolate, very sad because he thought that he did not miss him. In the same way, the next day he realized that he had accidentally kicked the phone and picked it up. That story led him to reflect on how complicated loneliness is and how the mind can handle feeling that way. He continued explaining the story. Later he went back to tell another story of his life when he was in the car with his friends and his twin brother, and the police arrested them because a robbery had occurred and they were holding checkpoints. When the policeman saw him, he wondered what he had seen him, and he said, "Go ahead," because he had a twin brother. The policeman was not sure, so he took him out of the car and began to find out about his background. And when he realized that he had nothing, he let him go. But in his mind, the policeman was not very convincing. The doctor says that our mind is difficult to change once it is convinced of something. And so he continues with his story about emotional illnesses and how complicated it is to do something to heal them. And they continues to present ideas and explain examples, demonstrating with each one of them the truth of these words. Talk about emotional hygiene and changing habits to improve what brother us. He tells of when the brother had cancer and was able to save himself thanks to always maintaining a positive attitude. Finding negative thoughts will not only heal his physical wounds, but also develop emotional resilience.